Alright, here's the issue. It's the mudroom, Keithy, Mike. And what I've done is I've taken off the wall, taken off like the 4 different parts of covering on the wall to reveal that I've got a very funky wall here. The reason why I uncovered it was because I knew that I had somewhat of a problem. You can tell this wall is relatively new. I knew I had a problem over here in that you could see daylight through the sill plate. In other words, I was seeing daylight, and the room was not secure. So I knew I needed to replace the sill plate from the left side of the door. You can see it's all rotted out, right? Going along the floor line, pretty rotten. And then over here in the corner even, of course, this is not really attached. You can see daylight well here. So the mudroom is not really attached very nicely to the house. Also, you'll note up here, it looks as though the bottom board, they have a lower header. The roof line used to be lower, and what they do is they tacked on these 4 extra little pieces, these 4-inch blocks, and then they put the header, another, if you can even call it a header, up above it. So unfortunately, when you're looking at the wall, there's no pieces, or very few, if any, that go from the base plate up to the header. There's one, sort of, but look at the mishmash up at the top. It doesn't really go through. And then here over the windows, it goes from there, stops, turns, goes up there, and there's a little block. So in terms of the structural stability of this place, it's not very impressive. Once again, here's the corner. Nothing going on really. And it's split up. And then over here, this is where it gets really bad. Because I am now literally daylight right through. I mean, it's totally gone, the sill plate, and you can see daylight through there. And you follow it across, and then it ends. There's nothing there. Now you can see at some point somebody put a new sill plate in for this wall here, and this is kind of new construction. Newer. But, and of course, what's the one thing holding this sucker up? Looks like one 2x4 is the whole corner post to the building. Well, that's a block of wood. That's a 4x4 block sitting on top of a 2x4. So from a structural standpoint, I think this place is a nightmare. Here's my other problem. Problem is this, that the building is about that far out. This wall here on the corner is a good, I guess, fat inch out of plumb here. And I guess you can kind of tell just like looking at it from here that the lower wall down here is kicked. It seems to be like almost like kicked out and leans back. Now I know that the gutter lead coming down is throwing your eye off, but it's definitely the lower part of this wall is kicked out several inches. And the last problem I have here is these windows are junk anyway. In other words, the windows are totally jury-rigged. They're not real windows. And essentially, what they were doing is they put the window sash here and held it in with the trim. So they're not even real windows. It's not like they were in a real track. It looks like they just had, I don't know, maybe it was a style. Who knows? But the windows are garbage. I mean, I could put the glass back in and nail it down, and they'll just provide light, but they're not functional. So this is all that I'm up against. So I'm wondering what to do next. You know, I don't know if I should just, because the plate has eroded, and not only is the plate eroded, but the concrete is gone. I don't know if it's just a matter of, should I just rebuild a wall, you know, from here right up against it, go straight up, and then remove the outside wall, you know, or build a wall against it and leave the outside wall as a facade, just knowing that I've got a strong interior wall, and I can just box out the window openings, and then I can remount the door to a real frame. Or should I be work with what I got here and replace the plate? So yeah, okay, may not all be sitting on concrete, and then just cut through so I can actually run 2x4s to the ceiling. I don't know, that's why I'm asking you. Alright, looking forward to your advice. Is that the foundation here, it looks cracked on this eastern face right there. I mean, I know it's like kind of covered up, but underneath there obviously it pushed out and cracked. And then if you look over on the other side of the corner, cracked there as well. So it looks like from there to there, the corner is cracked, and then when you look on the inside, it appears that this floor has been patched. In other words, they put some cement down here. So I'm thinking is that this whole corner cracked from there to there. They put a cement patch on it to cover it up, and that's why that lower corner is just kind of fallen down in a way. Which is maybe why you got daylight there and it's pulled it away out there. Alright, we'll see what we got.